This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Boadu TV so ne yama mu nyina akwaba emfambra so. Yaa Titi. NLA scandal no wonte ho asem ye. Rebecca AkufoAddo, D Black, Asamoah Chan, Ayendo, Frema Opare, Godfred Dame, Ebusuya, Chai, Sika. Ese ma we say some kwesi, ye ma we say some kwesi. Ensem ne bobo basi. Ivanchi, ene Solomon Owusu ebisa se. Sankrofo we nyina to wa ye nchiro mo no mo twende. In fact, Yaa Titi se ora no se mo ye mo kokwasa ne filia. Ade be ye mahama ban mo mpeo. Emi ama ban ba de be ye mo mpeo Yaa Titi no. Ebusia scanner ne de. Aje se wa TV.
Who they say I say over the years no ye nya mpanyefo a omuhunim say or mine when your priority way and we here and was here way I say ye nya sika ade a was here this sika ne ye no ye mfa sika ne kwaye sa ade no near the sika na kwaye ade a ye susu say yakoma beto ye yam anase ye benya so mfaso at the expense of Ghana for na wo mo bre no etoda bia ya na me pese me hu say sound decisions no aya na free hin na eba because ben producer yete Ghana ha sisi ye ade ba ko adi enya pa eye adwuma ani kurom ene ekwan ya asei okoye healthcare problem wo ho education sector nyame adom se ye kakaka chese sectors ni bebre wo hono mo a utimi se problem wo ho a yenya sika wasanke ye de sika ne koye ena Ghana esan se ye nim se enipa betimi akọ overboard ntino ene ama ni bebre wo hono ma yetimi hye mrakra de bata saade ne ho se sa ade wei asimasi a no benten adwuma ye de ma wi emra bata ho wonya sika na wasa wudi sika ne koye ABCD. That is the reason why ya me Auditor's General Reporter ya eba abontia ya no mo de brofo bia be hye ho misapplication of funds sa brofo no semetia ema me bufu because minim ne antia ye be ma sika safa koye na wo wakwatena ho se da bi me pese me di sika de koye B na wo nim nyansa chen wo man no na se ba bi a ye mra ne nam se fa sika de koye no wo nim nyansa chen yen eti wo se da bi B na ho hia wo na di sika koye B echa se wo paye wia ye nti na wo di sika koye B eya simple o eti me Auditor General Report ba abonti na me wo se nkrofo akwatena Public Accounts Committee na mo e de brofo bi be hye ho misapplication misappropriation ni ade a me te sa brofo da na me buafo bi kwa me hu se ye kro no obi abo eya dan ye ma wo 2 cedi sefa koto table o si 2 cedi no me mpesa me de be kwa koto table na mom me hwa sa amre we de ye hia akonwa no de sika na koto akonwa because bia akonwa ne bo ne nu table no na wanya kwanya ti boat ana no wanya kwan e de sika ne bia ye do no pese wo de ye bebisa o se me de sika ne kwaye B. Meanwhile the money was meant for A. I mean, sure say obia or follow social media teacher media the first state me follow wo mo to da bia man now say me ne agree with certain things but me when it come to idea investigations and as idea for my ho dia ye nyina wo interest wo minti na zoom la yasem o ma so ane ye nyina ye niabra ne ye to aso say enu kwan say nipa da sanitimi hwe ne yonku nipa anim say wa ye adwuma bosomi baako ne etu aka 250 Ghana cedis eye wudie eye krono eno no ye mfa ene ni pantena na me buafu Attorney General because ora na Ghana for ye di gina so titru eto ababa President John Dramani Mahama no say bo delay taxes a ye bubefu ye ni bebre because ye no akasa ye ni fili gadochi ye ni se nkrofo yi 8 years obedi ye wo ma wia yen obi ani wo beti aka kire say obo wia yen omo wia ya ma chese wo mo akasa ne ye akura da di pefe se wo ba wia yen One more kasa nkrofo no kwa hyase e kasa. Won say no na me ka kire wo say. Won say aspirants no. Yes obi a wo bone. Se nya aspirants no kwa na e bone o. Almost sports persons no kra no se Canadian nkrofo won say ba omia nkrofo twaba obododo a na communicators no wo ma so bone a wo maye. Seba umia nkrofo so hu se adutwuma na Kennedy ana se bia Brian nkrofo twaba wo mo a na omo so wabakwa entutimi se party no adebonyefo nko na na egumo no omo di yen Ghana fo bone enti na no ana mani abra attorney general so se masa ora no o ya ye slow motion se ohwe na se cases no ne ye de ye ni hunu ye ne de ye de asote ye evidence na ade bra ye no masa bomode na made nyentem sa plea bargaining no me catch na wonu asa ya nyintum sika de dia ya beje ba ya nyi based on plea bargaining mra na MPP for this mra no mu ko ya no wonim se se do obunim bone a wo ma di nti no mo de sa mra no ko hye ho si eno mo de sa plea bargaining mra no e ko hye ho enti na na me buafu NDC mra sebudwafo a 137 because mra ni bi wo hodom a e ko pie chamber ho a numbers a yen Ghana for the mam no sa time no na wo se nka mo de sorry tia ba ye nim ne be ya wo be nwa na ade na fam na yesi aye bra sa LI246 yo se hwan ya ye de ko forest mu ko tu ma ye kwa mining no ba cho mra no kwa na 137 no for me na no odantem eso samra no onya kwa efemu ama na nado issue license man crofo say wo mo ko forest reserve go to gold omo kwa ya kwa de em ya ne say wo mo sa kwa ya responsible manual omo sa kwa ya illegal mining enti license na omo issue ye no nipa ni kwa license nso no ya galamsey that's the difference wo kwa se bi kita license wo be kwa no na activity na o ye no illegal mining. It is amra na ye de kwa share wa ya se bibi plea bargaining na obi wia on mine sika ye ma ne kwa na wontua a certain percentage. I mean senior ye hye nkrofo kutu pase wonye opportunity abewi on mine no na edru de de a emra wo ho no abeya plea bargaining na ya ma kwa no atua bi de aka no na aha Henry tiwa no no so nya opportunity se wia on mine no enwo ba se ba betua bi na jabia sanka Henry wa bobra sanka wa anim dia o hwa mi kwa no so kwa bobra enti ayansem hunu kra ma me first class say yetimi de mra bi kwhye ba bi say plea bargaining wo wia o man na ye chiwa ye fra wa no abetua part of the money na dia aka no dia aka no part of the money no dia watua na aka no aya wo dia because mentiase o bosome suma ye betua wo ka enwo chikwa ye wa allowances bebra ye de ma wo mo me eno na ma obi wi o man na ya na mbuafu because the framers of the 1992 constitution no they are very wise, very wise. Send MPP forecast say edwomfo ne wo mo a wo mo tonton ne mo ntumi no mo ntena akonwa ba ko so inform constitution ti no 1992 constitution wo mo so wo mo anya bi no won say samre no ye maame no kura no mo ti dwom a no mo ton ade no omo hu nyansa hu say woma obi position na wo amana katua esefota no wo amana comfortability bia obi wia oman no anything that ministers any CEOs any appointees yama wo mo adwuma no yama mo fu allowance na no say president Mahama no so watwam kudos and electricity DSTV and yama hunu allowances height allowance and ya can say clothing allowance ni ama mo entertainment allowance meti esamere aho a obi anyimani Henry Tiwe wa sori anopa na ne radio mu enkoye ni bottom nya oni entertainment allowance bia ya de ma na duwa mu ha ya ma na allowance bia originally by Ghana by ya tua tax ya de ba wo mo entertainment allowance so ore aho afaji wani na akofo de num bia enti constitution wo mo frame ye ne hunyansa say asubasi ano obenten wo ma ne position ne wan fa na kade anka ho obawia yen eno ti that 71 holders no omo certain privileges and say omo allowances bia eboa wo mo se be ya wo mo ho be ha wo mo enche so omo ye nipa chen yen we article 71 holder wo nya nipa nchen Ghana ni bia ha e opportunity en wanya en ye wo say na wo be som no ya ma wo sa akade na you will be tempted so be wia yen enti eye den na some one nyina ne privileges ne eye allowances ni nachi so eye na o ma sa wia yen enti eye den na obesa de mra bia koto ba bi say plea bargaining no be wia yen ya ni afro ahe na abetimatua o metimi atua 60% ni ahwemu a enti owia $1 million a na bia waba betua 600,000 na 400,000 na ka chire ne dia eye ne dia on what grounds and was a sika na aka no offer because of them ya mra say plea bargaining enti na do dan kwa AkufoAddo pa anti musi no ye lawyer because emra binu mo de call parliament call pass ye no lawyer ni papa ben pan wo dwen ne man ho a eni to obedi awusa na lawyer ni etimi atire wiase aka kire yen Ghana for say forest reserve a wo bia nkomu da a wo no fitira aka to pan so ya wo ne to Ghana abonten so wo nyine ye bedi president forest reserve ye nkom oya lawyer ni no watimi ayehwe hansa mo fa mranko parliament na mo kwaje ntum na mentimi ma me nkrofo nko forest reserve nkotu gold oya ya na anso hwa wono anu asan supervise yam ye de mra foforo ko parliament say obi wia o man ni sika yemma ne kwa no matua fa na aka no kwadi aya ne dia fa na aka no aya ne dia enti ye ntua wo ka ama wala was o wia wasa be wia yen 4% for we mo ye wo national lotteries no chasam uyemba show etu to be say ora no e won tabayo e wo branches bebre ne ye nya no kwa de me say sha because wo ho na ba kwa pop up wo ho na bia pop up mo sha se fa ade ne to so NLA yase wabo wo bibi amo ya friend no good courses na botaye ta kira emra eka ho ene se wo mo fama ani bie enti ye bia orphanage home so nim ne hiafo kuo bi daja NLA samra no pacha ye mra o eyemra NLA e waso de ye adwuma me pacha sika na yesi ya fa nkoma hiafo edu ba bi na okọ psychiatric hospital na mu su omanu damu pa kade keke e dia ye adwuma ayarefo obugu ho ye pesika de aboa wo mo NLA sika e waso mo de ko e bia psychiatric hospital e ko boa no no ma yimu 350,000 Ghana cedis adanya ye di Independence Day ni atam sika no e dia akoma chief of staff Frema Opare 2017 to 2025 ona no ye chief of staff enti Independence Day celebration ni atam 350,000 e dia akọ office of the chief of staff say ye kodi independence na mesra bi bisa o chief of staff ona no di independence mai me pacha mi bisa o won wo say adidi bi wo eye bufuo to the stand say wan hya wo ho so abedidi o matem NLA atimi atam 350,000 akoma chief of staff office say ye di independence since when and a chief of staff office ebo Independence Day celebration hoka obi ka kire me because to the best of my knowledge you know ye Independence Day celebration a budget our mind no ya for fida ye ne ebo hoka ya tax de ye of which we are proud of it. Since when and the office of the chief of staff ye kodi independence what's your company sika or the sika na yeden chief of staff office 350,000 3.5 billion titi sika no 3.5 billion ye dey akoma Frema Opare office say ye di Independence Day na mesra wo Frema Opare no na ado ana Frema Opare no e ba umia no to a mine ye kodi ye independence NLA sika was somebody called boa charity homes ne wamwa hunyenya because good causes na ye kan wasem no mekan mra no wo ha kire o enti nyese bia for state was wo bo ni sire mu anu de aba abonti o emra wo ho de was somebody sika ne ye we ya under the watch of honorable Samia Wuku under the watch of honorable Samia Wuku me ya sure say e free na de achi kwai honorable Samia Wuku e bia omba ba press conference nwa kire kirim I was so a press conference now we tell me the reason why under your watch I was your term sika and the chief of staff office see the independence because metie menim say office of the chief of staff no and about Independence Day celebration hoka on mine no a responsibility see about hoka enti e so mo be kirem the reason behind say sika no mo de kwa ba Frema Opare no mo fa different one to so yasi miami ofa AkufoAddo founder at a Mills Institute yamani 50,000 Ghana cedis say odi 10th anniversary NLA say good courses na emrada ho no omatam emu say 50,000 Ghana cedis adiama miami ofa AkufoAddo ho say onfan kwaye sponsorship for 10th anniversary AkufoAddo founder of Atamils Institute mepachawo on what grounds and this says sika na me offer me ana me offer o offer AkufoAddo uncle good morning na sika ide eyada na be pia wo side one na wo chira application ko ba mo se wo hia sika kwodi anniversary nti ya ma bi ana wamwa na fra no so uncle AkufoAddo ya resa ni Atamils ade waje atawani ase ya yesre wa bra na beji 50,000 for kwodi anniversary so wamwa na fra wa ye no ni asem ye no ni problem bia because anya wo fom so because uni de ti abade abre wa asem we hu ne say every sector of the economy every department any agency wa Ghana ha no e kire say MPP for boy krono papa just what we say baby a tokro bi on be fam bia on boy krono enti wa hu we abode brofo be ba beto so misapplication on boy krono because we be kom no na ya kira to so ya 50,000 ma AkufoAddo wo so fa kwodi anniversary wo be kom no na sika no e fa kwodi wo kwabrani botom ni ade farmer uncle AkufoAddo ho ni dia ba piem me say misapplication of funds about Ghana ha eya krono obi awia yen mama me different one and I will say a contaminate me pontem asamwajan nie yesi yama asamwajan former Blasters captain mia me say me star boy ba akopɛ a me ni hu agro ada bia me konto kwase ada na asamwajan motimeje captain ban free ni nsam wo be say dede no de ma no so e be favorite ba kwa mo fa so treat asamwajan no it was very very bad asamwajan me feeling no papa yesi dan institution ni KELS Media Group and Business Consult yamani 50,000 purpose NSM the memoir project of former Blasters captain Godfred Jakopon asamwa sikano ebeka wonsa so abechirem ebeka wonsa so abechirem ya wonsa on actual application kwa ma NLA for say wo hia wa momo antu omumra wusika na mo fa different one to so NLA no ya wa NLA one will send ya sika ya ma wo mmra ewo emra a wo de ye adwuma wo ho emra no de e kire wo so mo fa sika ne nye no wo ma hwira atira no mo nam me ba cha mo ma me mo wey aya Richard Ahiagba executive director Dankwa Institute yamano 40,000 Ghana cedis yes sponsorship for the Dankwa Institute advocacy chat room program hey erade hu Ghana mobo wa hu Ghana mobo ahu enye ye Dankwa Institute so ya chat room advocacy enti Richard Ahiagba executive secretary institution na Dankwa Institute de nya nim say gabi why ye nya nim say gabi 40,000 akwahye ho mo ma me different one yen kwanim tentem so and the time ni sa yen kwantem ma me different one mo biem wey aya Godfred Dame former attorney general Office of Attorney General and Ministry of Justice yama wa saying 570,000 Ghana cedis me pa cho purpose ni for conferences and seminars. For conferences and seminars, 5.7 billion odd currency, 570,000. Any of them are Attorney General office say. Anfanko conference, no for being your seminar. Attorney General kwa conference a aya day na was NLA ne kwama sika because ya kan budget a Attorney General office ya ma omo budget ya ma omo sika ya ma omo sika until on what grounds and was a sika was ya de kwaya bobrofo ade no ya tam de kwama Godfred in the office say 570,000 I mean chirem 5.7 billion odd currency. 5.7 billion odd currency. Near the amount Godfred say, who kwaya seminar na so kwaya conference. Enti ano sa no, wo betimi akope hotel bi no ma dwodwo omo ho. Ene e bia 3 days. Oh ya kwa seminar, oh ya kwa conference, oh ya kwa workshop, oh ya kwa hehe. NLA na etua ho ka. Na ne no man no yete ho ya den. Your minor said you say your financing Attorney General office, and that's the reason why you can't budget your budget allocation edema wobo. Until on what grounds NLA etam sika was somebody kwa ye mobrofo ade no tam say sika no de kwa ma Godfred dam say or conference no or seminar into when you sika no fan conference. Nemfonyi na da because one na no Attorney General one na no ora so nti the office no ene de sika de kwama aye me pa chewo NLA ena bo Attorney General hoka NLA ono na was obo Attorney General hoka institutions bebre wa Ghana ha no omo boa agencies be one way or the other of which a fact we are not disputing that. But the man asem we ya asem ne say sika we no e we adwuma e was say ye tina maka kire we say what is a Ghana panyefo aka miss application of funds a wo boa eye kro no wo bo wi ayen we eye miss application of funds wo mo boya kro no me person magi sa abrofo na tomo miss application me person magi atom be kwa ye sika no eye fo ahiafo Godfred am to oyo hiani Godfred am otiwo no waka cho so ohia ni lawyer ni a wa bin a wa kɔ ne school papa bi a wa bɔ ne bradru say a wanya Attorney General die e wa Ghana nyina oyo ohia ni onyo ohia ni moreover oman ne ya bɔ ne hoka ye tua ne ka ni ya ma na allowance se be boa na ma na dwuma oye de asom yen Ghana for all those say do baby no na wadane NPP against Ghana. Enti na sala sam kra ba ya okogina electoral commission na we ya party na fa and omo ye ya na sal for 4 solid years omo nya representation our parliament. He saw nothing wrong with it. He saw nothing wrong with it. Yen na ya hwe Godfred am ye ne ya bo ne ho ka so man oye adwuma maye NLA kwaye da ho NLA ekwaye da ho say you Godfred am ene the office for call conference or mo seminar ni am 5.7 billion we are not be catch them say dey kwa that's one yen koye ni that's when hey bra so ka okay where D black me patch on the purpose and say sponsorship for the tropical then fiesta events. And also yamano 80,000 Ghana cedis cano 800 million. Near the ma D black. And Crawford wa ma be pie mo hampa. Share on my sika ya chechaba celebrities. Mo magin kwadi. And here mami ka be nchiro. Say Ghana Tourism Authority say auditing ekoso wo ho of which minim say me nuaba hujeto afia ne imebra panya beku Santana moma auditors mra ba bia mo wo no no moma ye auditing na ye be wu rot ekoso e wo ho Ghana Tourism Authority share for 8 solid years na ye nim say tourism crown power Ghana ha I almost I authority ka ho Ghana Tourism Authority as no more exist wo Ghana sika no munya wa so mo de ye niema no eniema hunu kwa na mo de ye for 8 years mo nkwa na mo kwohwe eniema mo de sika ne bi yeye enkrofo munya ho sika di ya ho obi kwaya ne bibi papa twia bi wakoda mba bia na Ghana Tourism Authority de no akotwetwe no watam sika boom no de ama no obi konya ne Guinness one record so woye na Ghana Tourism Authority for the ho akotwetwe no mo tuatua sika boom just you see as na enye nipa na manage institution no etu amai sika no ya tam de ma celebrities hwa ya wasika ya de ya saa ne ma no nya wei mesimi be wie no ma kan mra na ema NLA ade wei ya asem no me be kan mra ne de a kire wo de aka no mo fanto so ne ye nkoyanim amai sika ya se ye mfambo ahiafo ne ya tam sika no me ba twa nie almighty wait, I can't simple. Almighty, 1 year, institution was Africa Prosperity Network. That's a Dankwa Institute, no, or rare, and also a tefu front or tefu for car. Amount I did Gabi or Tredako 250,000. A people just say, people should just some power. As a boy, I nominate me of Aqua, you don't want Mudia Bepium. Amudia Yankin Kitty, so Mudia Bepium. The black is saying, fear, whereas a boy, dear fear, Quaco, you don't want your fear as Mudiabem. Well, when I have proper money, no, Sika when I go for Diano, Frema, Opare, Godfred, Damemo, and Gabyjet, almost Sikanda Kudi. More quantity 40,000 50,000. I'm a Mudiabem. Purpose or say sponsorship for Kwau Business Summit 2023. Sponsorship for Africa Prosperity Dialogue 2024. Next 2024 on event ba akopɛ no mkoe no 2.5 billion old currency 250,000 Ghana cedis. Wamaje sa sika no e wadwuma wo sɛ ye na eto da bia enema bi se na mani parre ho so man na wo hwɛ sɛ bɔne ankasa de nkrofo ya yere omo ho sɛ wo bedi bi papa na ɛyɛ ahomete. Now mama nche wade kakra NLA adwuma ɔyɛ no ɔwɔ mra wade yɛ sɛ adwuma no woni bi sɛ no achi kura mo sa de sika ne bi me ma think tank se wo Ghana ha ya me ma wo mo sika ne bi o mo meje me ba cha mo for Rebecca de ni ntwa to ma me na me nkɔ kan mra no ne yenko my beautiful Rebecca mo fa ayi ma me baki de ne nto so eni ti ɔno so Rebecca AkufoAddo, former First Lady of the Republic of Ghana. Yamano 200,000 Ghana cedis. Annual First Ladies Women's Day celebration. Yamama beautiful Rebecca 2 billion. Sir, amo ye annual First Ladies Women's Day celebration. Na minimara so ono na organize yo. So be na organize ya no moto nsafra no. I think say details na beba later. My beautiful Rebecca. Ade bi wan ke no kwaso ma ne be fa wo fichire kra because wo de me nu ni asem akrom ha o de wa me feel ni say de me pe wa asem no. Me pe wa asem papa my beautiful Rebecca. Me feeling no pa. Na mama ade bi wo ho no kwase o ma nkrofo du o ho betwitwu we ya wa ma odi aba mu yi ya betwe abo so because o be kirem de enti asika no e be di wo side very very important because I was here who say we na organize ya na say obi na organize ye e no mu invite wo e na ma ye de sa 200,000 no e de ebrewo e ye question. Na sa wona organize ya ehimfa ne himfa ehimfo ne baabie na contribution no so efri wonkwa wo side na you see this is the reason why ya edru mre bia na do danko AkufoAddo e de mre ko parliament say ya fa first ladies enka article 71 holders ho say ba ya ye betumi atu am ka me ye sure say mo kai sa de e ma ne court da court to catch there said there do so be sim wo he say o man no yakoto ya ba yu bampanyi na wo no yere ya bom ho ka wo san say ya ma wo yere enya part of article just want to say na na do ankasa no ba ye no o ye na dwen say 1992 constitution obesi ni tirase because omo MPP for omo ka say omo ntimi ni adwomfo ntena say enye mra enti constitution na da ho no oye na dwen say obese constitution na asan wako enti enema bebre ho no mo a odane dane ani emra bebre wo word be hye mu a wo hu emra ne ti hu ne nan na ka ye dan ne etimi tena omamu ne ahye mra sa forest reserve mo bia nkom na adonko aba ya wo se da bi mekom enu wo se ontimi nkom keke enu ye mra se be ye betimi am na kom enti na nko de mra ekose yemfa ne yere enka article 71 holders ho enti opportunities ne allowances ahodo bi ankaja wo mbenya no my beautiful Rebecca so na aka wono so ebenya bi na me pa che wo yeto aba ma na ado adase yeto aba edema my beautiful Rebecca one said this is not the first time issue we ba say sponsorship ni ade because yeti heya ni yeti say yes o se Ghana gas o se hwan omo so makoye sponsorship bi amenho abasem emba che se yebu nkunta buburuja GNPC basa na che se yedi sika na ye niema eni kwan se yedi ye nchechiro mansa Attorney General, I think you have to be interested in this particular issue. And also you beka ora ne ho. Ora ne de ye ni abro, enu nti na mani abra me ka kira Attorney General say. O yes we bo slow motion ahwa ye de fire ne beba na ne doorstep. Say nyame adom Justice Bafuboni, President Mahama Aboni din say Chief Justice. Say Chief Justice na mo twen of which I don't want to believe that. Me kwa me kra no me ka say eye minsusu ye o madwene mu ni say sa ora no kra na ebe ya ka yente special court mfama no say ebe ya case ni nkwankoche because ye be nwa na cases na di be 3 years 4 years na aye moanan sa witness no ye mpese ye be witness ye mpese ye be witness sa de no yeti me pa chaw NLA emra ni nie we aye section 2-3 Act 722 me pacho emra no say neka or say there shall be conducted as part of the operations of the National Lotto a lottery with the objective of providing care and protection for the physically or mentally affected, the needy, the aged, orphans and destitute children. Me pacho sikana ye kan wasema my beautiful Rebecca dia beba mu amesime ase eya me yase ni dia bam Godfred da be mo agi mu 5.7 billion yi D black mo agi bi asamoja mo agi bi ena afen so eya hwan mi anu ofa kwaku anyi do ho wakwa agi bie Frema Opare onya organizer for Independence Day celebration ya de 350,000 akwama no sa oye di independence nti ya de sika akwama no Richard Anyagba aje 40,000 say sika no when you say nkomo fanye o omo wa adwene mu yade ntin ka psychiatric hospitals no e ho ne e wo se di sika ne ko enkwada wo mo edi dem wo mo ne e wo se di sika ne ma wo mo sabe ehiafo ene wo mo wo yaka wo mo manyini the aged enti wo ikra ne kokomo koye contribution ne kwa de to leap mu aka nya me ya leap program edu baby ayi ajosafu kotu bataya no so wa magana bia ma no TikToker no ye video esa kire ye nyame na shira yen na hye yo na me hira do na hye yen na eja o tunyum ya TikTok kire yen no samra no na gender ministry struggle kwa mbefa so leap o menye sika dia kotua NLA aged eka ho se wasa kasa sika no mudi bi kwa man kokrafo de mrewafo a omo Ghana mutam sika no ama na mode ma Godfred am so mfa kwa seminar mutam sika na mode ma Frema Opare mutam sika na mode kwa ma beautiful Rebecca ade ama ya Rebecca ne de ya me ya pa o be kwa mo be ma Ghana fo akasa nanim Mami kwati wan kompeda sem won se no tu na nado for won tientia e ka mess bebrebe akọ so nka ma mami no hu na wuti se won pene wasem obenya ka friendship ya fonto ha no obi anko ne baabi mami wo hwe na oye no credit for pa na ni kuru na amwa no tu ne fontie na nado aso de Rebecca tu ne fontie moya me se my beautiful Rebecca ni dia be pia de mu amaga na for e ba betwe na se Mami ti the baby on pad the wasem NLA for why na so mamo sika ya se mo fa nkoma wo mo amadwiri ka wo mo enkwakra ne mmere wane de keka ho motam sika no e de akwa chama se de mo pe no wahu ye wia no mo de brofa beto so misapplication of funds ya si sabia wuku a defend it say it's part of Ebia we social intervention na ai enema was omo yede boa society forgetting say that particular money no yaye mra da ho e wo se NLA for e di sa mra no so masika no ekoye de wo se ye we me kwaka yes Yaa Titi etan MPP for meta MPP for ade we me ka meta MPP for na momo akasa munim ena fofo mi wo MPP mu omu fili mi keke se no mu si pema asem no bisa miracle se die nti no da so pema asem wo pema asem tu wo de e bisa no many ababa no oh yeah miracle me bra no me fili ne pa na no propaganda no okoye no na medwa no jandam no okoye no na ma medwa no ena da no so yesi ne kasa ma NPP fo lusu followers eno de anyam nam kai musa dan kwa me bra panyi wona ye research na Ghana for ka say miracle wo kasa ba ko na NPP alusu be say nipa 1000 what you say apart from that miracle ya me best friend madam for no eya bisa Paul Grave Canada Japan nipa oh me no fo bebre wo bo nti wona wuti fie na wadwe o say wo ya NPP di na time no mo panyi fo no kwa me no mo na koba what you say me no mo ya kwa party bom ye didi ye ya bibia what to fu achi wo bre party fu so ja ubu afu me sika yo obu fa yesu ama bi sika yo ma wiei ama bi o so to na wo didi atam na wo hu dia wo nya wo ho wo komete ade Yaa Titi fa ya MPP for wa ho no he for wo so ba video no to so ma me for wo so ba video no to so interesting days ahead. Hey, Charlie, Messi Ghana never yet dead. Me na make catch now. Now, who can say research na? Ya kind of brofo keke. Ya ni bra breno. Mudi ya be research MPP kurama mu. Party na eguno. Ya be research party na ma because se party na ngina. Nya responsible oppositioner or be day government in the top because they said ya moya ne de atase na achimo asa so na 38% no adimu trimu dem mo wa na mo kasa mo opposition na makoma adimu brim ene na ma moya de amoya no I was here nya responsible opposition obe match government na ma government na we say me ye ABCD ekoye me ye ABCD ano de nya nti o sa me sesa ade ana ye ka kire NPP for ana wo mo se ye tan wo mo ne didi o matem obi kura se me didi na na do atem didi ba o mi atem until date obi anti ma single video a me ka wo video ni mo se na na do sebe mpredua se bia ni tiso ana se bia me nka bi da me ni na tem physical and verbal assault me man bi da ba o mi ni na tem da na mo maka cha ba o mi ase wa bon of which me ni na tem na no ani kwa for kwase wa bon na me kase wa bon wa breaking news ana ka die ntina ya ma ne 10 cents a emu ba ko kire so oye week o ntimi take decision no enyo obi a wa bon no ntimi take decision enti we me kase ba o mi wa bon wa na na do wa bon wa yes madu o matem obi ntimi ma me single video e kire say makase na na do e bia ni nipadua no o ti say ya na so o ti say bi nka bi da of which I will never say it. Me committee mentimi mbo nipa sani anyame ebo Henry obo no se ne seso ada na medi ne physical appearance atem ne nipadua na odi gina ho no ada na medi na atem na mo se Henry ya de na anya meka nanim entra se medi ne nipadua na odi gina ho na atem I will never do that because me nyame me to start ya kura mintimi mobi enti there's no way amehu obi ni pedua di kina ho say me kodidi ni pedua atem e kira se menya matured wo yesa e kira se wonnim nyansa obi a wotimi adu obi ni pedua gina ho edidi na tem no wonnim nyansa wo ye jimifo simple as that what jimi won't money pa and to send your obitie bia no you have no right to say obe assaulting the panel verbally by your criticize here get the difference direct insult is different from criticisms saa dia no na asa mon tiasentia ye kind of crash na mokra mo se ye didi matem ye kind of crash na okra say moye me hey na te mo da be na mo be sua nya sa kakra adia ne ya kachira mpp for munja yo adia muye mu bokro mu sema yo ya criticize yo mo de dan say ye didi wo mo atem no eno na do mo 38% no mo tifie no madani mini micro minority e parliament no the same fire no ya fire NDC for no man for the serious wo mo so sa be opposition because so be criticize wa e was senka wo tie no in good faith na we ka say weni no mo ka e mu de he na ye na me to aso de anye no na magyae ye ka galamse nwasem na AkufoAddo e be ka kire so the presidency out on the line and am pa working towards it and one jira be dwamo different akonta mining so munye illegal mining enka wo mo 38 ntifie wamo bokro no left and right mu wiaye yo ni ye ka o na investigations we ye pie ha na we ye pie ha mu wiaye yo mu rent plane o mu to ema ye ka na say ma ho in the name of cathedral mu wiaye yo eno mu jai ya me ye sure say 38 no komo fantifie tie tu fo na say wunti a obekwa anti ade mo say MPP from penokore me ozu bempa Onya madam for to say the miracle ye madam for no. Also Bempa is not my friend. Me NPP do ye madam for bia me boni di. Wouldn't say wa Mohammed de kwa ye madam for. Ade na ye oye me social media ni de oboy ya lo me ni share sisi e bedidi. Na owusu Bempa. Asema owusu Bempa kan ye enra mia me bra wa Mohammed. Akwa twa to ni Facebook wall say Justin Kodria Frempon ye general secretary ma NPP for e de krata command neck say wusu bempa see yan suspending no so munyi na dio so mo pam no so munya ne dan yo because waka no kore oh bra wal Mohammed na why are they na ya wo yesa wa wonim say ade ya mo nkrofo yi kan wasem mu ni moral right say nka mu kabi ya ka no kra kira ba mo mpe no kore o awal mo mpe no kore na no awala ni age na awa Mohammed mesra obi wi amafra o hwe obi a mo preach unity obi a mo se ba grant amnesty obi a mo se o de bufu ya party no ofire mo bia ansamra mo sa hwete no ema mo pempam nkrofo na ne amnesty na mo se ba grant no what's the basis for it obi a wa grant amnesty wa say 38% no nyame anim no kwa party da gu enti wo mo free mu no dooso mo grant amnesty say ne okoye bia no omra odo sabo de close bi kra to ho asenka me kra na me wom da me free mu a enka me ma me kwa me no ade na wo ya me bufu ya me koye no wo mfra me mpa ma che na wo nsra me say adekode no wo resolve ma me ma wo sa ka cha me say me ntwora kra tam na mpesa me be join ya na ne ofa party ade na eba wo aba mu kra ne nipa no wa free na ato opposition wo aba mu kra wo access ultimi bokro no ewia niam timi di power ehunahuna nkrofo no kra no nipa no wagya wo ho okọ na wo di 38% akotira fie nipa no ba da wo nchen na wo grant amnesty awasa de cross aka ho na obi a mo grant amnesty obi kasa party ni mu a na mo say ya ne kai yampam no say obi de kata akoma Justin Kodua say omo pam Owusu Bempa na mo pam Owusu Bempa who loses na sa mo 38 na so asate me ko Owusu Bempa no te wo no so onya nyina chi no so wodom o nkrofo kasa omutie anamboa enti wo pam Owusu Bempa no wa pam one ne nkrofo so obonko na wo 38 no afa wa baba 36 meboa sana honorable adjust for status or kasa pe hey na mutisi musa mo mpre na mo stop I mean ono so na ne ho ya mabufu because it's long overdue say ndie na wo bobo so nyina sense wo aban mu na wonya bidie nti no wo ka wa no tumu mo de 38 akwate na fia aveda na ye radio to say na ono ankasa ne papa the late Apostle Dr. Joseph they say na juma kra no MPP for there omo body perform o Joseph for juma kra mo hwe nyame anim transport ya no wo omo gu no edwiri ho nyina sign the cars wait your party awonu ankasa ne dia ne nkrofo kura adwuma ohwe nyame anim no wagu no wait your party eno na ama wo mu gu Ghana fo adwuma omo nwene ho no omo gu Ghana fo adwuma omo nwene ho because omo dia no kura omo gu no to party na da ho sisi anu ahu leadership na breaki ama say NPP the leaders o omo ni leaders o omo ni na mo nyina oboa omo ni omo nya leaders make a kire mo party ni leader mo person mo nya leaders amonko back to the drawing board obi chebi lamte mo time no ne JH Mensa mo time no ene ya kan say finance minister fine oh finance minister ya menti ni wuja yi oh yay bare dumo time no monko back to the drawing board NPP obi chebi lamte MPP JH Mensa mo MPP no me pacho anya no nie sese Akufo kra me so aba be kam ho ne kasa bi mani nye ho ne kasa bi okeka no for agent jag asa o kasa no mani nye ho na no me kwate a na adu atimi akwaje bike ono ba be criticize President Mahama who bondo mo pam a wusu bempa because wa kasa galam se mo ni moral rights mo pam no na mo 38 no ensa hwan kwa 36 na aka na ipe no obehwe ba bi obenya na ipe na to aso
da bia yati ha ya no da me ye nyina ye hwese ye democracy ene na eboy ya chidoma ye de nam as a country obi anim ye fo no ye betimi a hyemo kena na ye moa ye den na atimi aboa ma the kind of economic social dividends we person achieve as a country no yen sabeka so at any point in time anything that threatens our democracy bia no I am not sure say obi ebe sore akaso or support it so say opiti of my no feel dissatisfied turn of event Nema air cost no free so beat it and a 500 so yes our kwanya as Ghanaian because one kwatwe sekai one kwatwe tuo now see demonstration obey there me ameti hai I cannot begrudge obia or say me yes akra na ebe defeat UFS things that I have stood for in the past because like I said so be aggrieved that demonstrations protestation are constitutional legitimate tools obia betimi yusu are the best pressing in within the system mama for who said things has to be done right and your constitutional frameworks saw the need that almost slippery those offense concept into our constitution but they say it's not about doing the demonstration it is about the cause and the why yet that demonstration and on idea here and the MPP as a political party within 8 months our free power 8 million the moral courage 8 million now so to the people of this country say omo ye demonstration you know it's not about anything now mum harass omo nkrofo sometimes you see when you transnational way into such a conversation and then a lot of things are about what people the question is in some no more can nyina so ampa Ukoma, there is absolutely no basis in any of these arguments because nipa no mwachi omono. For instance, omobo won to me won to me arrest and political witch hunts and intimidation and way. This is a gentleman wako je o mine seeker over millions of dollars. So on the beye jumadi wanye. And that was one of the basis. This is obia what's some fidia kogu your forest reserve ma to forest and man for some atombia bosom so no na moso commission. These are the crimes of this gentleman and I know can who be and Yoko and other security agencies friend no investigating no so kase ye intimidation on in what sense again abroad your issue by and you know you can say me the part that I'm happy with it and that prolonged stay now or stay here in police custody no I catch us any pan free so why born intentem na fa no court jail na be jail no person we but this back and forth near the na share ya say Black Maria say ye be so I am for twa ho say the particular be na be pia free. So at now the day you are just using the state security machinery advertising fools to become heroes. Because for the first time, the gentleman was on the front page of a newspaper.
Yeah.
I don't know, or that that's all about newspaper. So you are using the state machinery, what them free advert for unwitty and unintelligent individuals. Are more capitalizing on this kind of idiotic politics just to rise to prominence. You don't use the state machinery to promote these individuals, and that is a side I mean we issue with. But aside that, nobody so far you are resting within the MPP and we bet me say political witch hunt and answer intimidation. On what basis and this particular demonstration? And you see, and I make as a politics I don't know what young people are learning today, because there is no decency, there is no morals in our politics, because the MPP should be the last entity to lead a demonstration in this country. And now we were 8 months ago. Mranti omuti se omoye demonstration Oliver a victim.
Yeah.
Ya bono dine kotom ya money bail kwa se ya money bail because why demonstration. Your friend say me and Madam for Raf and other people. So far be no mon so far Okroma and several other individuals. You can intimidation and then your friend say assault to Okroma. Is this small boy out there your friend say social media don't find bongo ideas. A young boy out social media na all share na drink as to whether he has capacity or not, you kidnap from the room. Besin there when a kidnap on you nim nipa kro. This particular country, Mammy, I know you're airport. Besin there when they nim your no. These are clear case of kidnapping and your friend is saying adoption. Because even midst of that, the man for a demonstration, said we were in a state of terror and intimidation and as a form. It is a thing to say, what moral justification and net war? Because we are waiting and saying, because in the first place, they were bold enough to walk into the Jubilee House in front. I could deliver a petition. The man, your friend saying, Chief of Staff for the Vice President na Okanyans Assembly omo ye nipa omo dwena me so sen ko mo je petition no kofie o se na de motimi aba beduru Jubilee House animu the petition breme we obi a nyansani nka abaje petition akofie cause asem na o kan no there was a time the whole Jubilee House animu ya flag is a no go area a security zone e mo obi anya demonstration yo ho yeah. And no one no mugu demonstration.
Yeah.
Now what is a police for Boadu? Police for gave them all the security be here just to ensure that demonstrate. Yes, Monya exercise. Monya nobody assaulted anybody. Under their era, Okroma, the banner demonstration called Okroma Yamu obi and 2 obi and Okroma saying. And they were only advertising how incompetent they are. And I told you the MPP is a sinking entity. Omulusu power no. Adrinya mo mutim how to pause and say, hey, let us do proper reflection and save the party. And then also vampire China party. So it means that the center cannot hold as a political entity, and they need to spend time to look at the political party and make sure say or met me amend. But some of these things is so annoying, it doesn't portray a political party all pretty on wisdom. It's like emotions, that kind of nauseating way no more. Again, John Mahama be the president 6 months.
Yeah.
Ghana for before money when you say Onyam prosecutor akromfo be
exactly.
And that is the anger Ghana for woman John Mahama. And this a wo kan so intimidate wa. Sa Onyam start here. Sa intimidation no mo kan no. And start here.
And start here.
Afa na eba be start. And the win a psychological warfare no mo wage on Ghanaians. So amu ye way just to offset the upcoming offense specter na eba no. Because oye way na we are buying na we stronger. A bit jittery in calling these people. So I psychological stand and I'm telling you say I fall on the other side because Ghana for each one of them, and even people who are leading the demonstration, they are all possible jail candidates because they were all involved in some of these dirty, filthy scandals, corruption across Okroma. In the coming days, they are all going to have their day in court. So I think psychologically they need to prepare themselves up because John Mahama within this, there is intimidation, there is assault there. No reasonable person will swallow that particular kind of assertion I will make it because what is the basis? The very people now more Ghana for cry person can buy na ko twimu form So you see, John Mahama is the only person our president. Yes, goodwill on his part, and there is nothing that he will do at this time against the MPP. Ghana for support. Yes. I'm telling you, even if you wake up today and also that conform or the Omoboka 12 Piomo, I'm telling you, Ghana for me too, and one time will say, because you don't know the sort of anger Ghana for what for this MPP and what they did. And I think that they should just shut up and watch and let the system glide. You do, baby. Now, near my air cost, a clear case of intimidation. You and I can see. Yeah. Because when you're a fro, now, won't you say, yet you're more damn say you were just doing politics. I'm afraid I've a I'm detaining you beyond 48 hours. Me not na hakaye. Say it was unnecessary, granting unnecessary audience in as phone because nipa no watch na. Make sure say watch on good grounds or kwa on mabie. Maybe that's my point. Now we are what call ya by any not in the radio so I say. So what is the essence of that particular arrest? That's what I'm telling you. Say memeti way say ya o ya then I'm say mechewa. Mebo modern che on the grounds me fa wa na wo mabie. That's me. Me meche on flimsy excuses. And that is what the security agencies should learn. Don't just go and make an idiot popular on TV for just arresting them. Now the camera say some hero be is coming. That is very annoying and very nauseating. Maybe they don't see. Maybe the TV will not be who's answer now. I will just give you what I say. So I think that the MPP and realize Nemo Maya Ukroma say understand that Ghana for persons wake up. And I think that they should just shut up and allow your friends said the state to go through the various crimes and after all. So when you're born here, what is your problem? Because state no more damn say when you're here to any other force and I say but why you be beer? That is how you begin doing some of these things. And the crimes of these people are quite obvious. I am telling you, Don Mahama Nyan started here, and it's not as if he has a choice not to. For Ghana, for we are here watching our eyes like a bull's eye. Because the NDC 4 year way, you know, will be judged based on the kind of prosecution because nothing say if these criminals don't go to jail or face prosecution, the Mahama government will never win the heart of the people anymore. And after 1 year, 2 years, Ghana for beside this critical question. So they should get ready. Say, I buy no baby prosecutor if they think that this is persecution. Prosecution properly is coming to start. And Ghana for support to go after these people. Look at this dirty scandals I shall say ever. Our NLA in as a forum. Now but Chroma you show a manpower this I'm class the same way Chroma. Now I'm for say yeah party in the no. And I am urging the president or any view of a phone. And that's why we president also he should cause the arrest of that person because your man boy for and such person should not belong to this society because those are him for now company they were in this country they saw it but some were giving kickbacks and then as a for they all kept quiet and allowed the system and poor people were suffering in this country. Time has come to go after these people and start demonstration yes, our demonstration way because 8 months nothing has happened. When they arrested and ground on your fans saying legitimate grounds. Why are you intimidating? Why? All the individuals who have been caught so far were linked to specific issues of crime. You are not. Attorney General prepare the docket and ready to know so court now go to court you are not. But intimidation will have nobody has been intimidated, and I'm telling you that if they see this whole thing as intimidation, a rehearsal ever started because they should just wait for the movie now. Because your friends a free show first, TV free show. This is just a free show. The main show is about to start.
All right, Solo.
Yeah, bet you. Ivan and wahwefo nyina no kure wo mu ne se yankai MPP for say as we speak almost 87 seats in parliament 4 regions omuni MPs ho 5 regions almost 1 MPs each yakani 2 and 3 a party Ghana for ebuefu mu pa. That's the first thing. Now Ghana for before because of Corona on the boy. In a group of people are led by AkufoAddo say about before manager Babyjet go man where you can go to hell. ana for 8 years omo besisa o man ni mo japadi nyina mo wia ye femfram ana Ghana for the community nibre ekoto abaye dey etia wo eno nti no baby omo no nyese bia ye mistake bi na matese na no mo ba ko kasa esi Ghana for afom o ko fi kro no na na se amemu fun tantan na wo fi mudi na Ghana for afi eni ti oso mo ti ase sa Ghana Police Service yeah. What is all my recruitment for Frana?
Police dada na.
Enye the 8 years police yeah. In fact, you hunu. MPP administration na appointed as a deputy IGP. Ni NTB da okromo.
Yeah, ni NTB da.
And the one IGP. Enye you
hunu korona.
The same police service na police council no headed by Alhaji Mahmoud Baumia in the last 8 years. Almost the police management board no directions. Omuna hesa nyoma ekoyi ana omo hihye police no kama ana omo jaho no omo dia mai na oba only 8 months ya wo say you are being intimidated it means just ana wasa ye bold say yensuro to be demonstration say de wo de wunsuro and to crowd here why like the demonstration dia ya kura wo mu ni say endra demonstration say endra chi no na police for more than 200 ebo omo ban police for now mo say omu no omo na sai eje omo baba ya tata de omo call Jubilee police headquarters no mo do police headquarters say omo mu ade ba akokra the way man they were speaking now I don't blame them eskafo amantem omo be wi omo ani sika ana mo from honorable kwasuafo we no mo from honorable obi a one more brother winning the time we free school oba ya oberu politics wonya the whole time now friend honorable what is honorable about such people who dey mon kan kire me ma na say mo use times no keke obi a free school about omo bra o by virtue so support to Tescom anayi ana onya Godfather bi o politics no ana oba e ni ko dua adwuma bi ano ana sika menumie no to a ye tua wono no adi ne nsa bom ana ode aye ne ho yi nto kwa no ayi 10 cedi ama 20 cedi ama was wo ya ade are you okay people something must be wrong somewhere to my bold akọ demonstration say ade ya chi abronye Ghana politics o say jaye abronye now abronye is a yardstick in Ghana's politics tabe na abronye ka se bi betwe ni sakraba o man obi a wotena oso wakoti de bibi station me mbokra na my dignify no na ya na ngofo bi no ma send bi abram se mo hede we fa software me I don't agree with a lot of the things that asofo no here in their various places because and then morality ye nyini no na ye kan kwaje ho nsem but see aye sika and your politicians all that they see is who is going to win the asofo who is going to win the next elections you who be free buy ye wo de come share be nyina we ne be win primaries we be and no nyam kwaje tibe have my difficulty but sabi would to for be papa go si on se na boa kwase ampani to say Bishop Duncan Williams. Now, what did attempt from head to toe? Yes, Constitution does not see anything wrong with it, and do to budget. But why you go after the IGP as a who threaten the threat? A crime,
a criminal offense.
To say a chihuahua, now ye young govwa, or no anyway, so more opposition we need to be ready. Thomas sorry, they want a place of we have converge now or more attitude more to Abronian Tino. Ye call demonstration. Either than that, Abraham Moche Hanan. So man go demonstration.
Debbie.
Ye che Apalu, go demonstration.
Debbie.
Won't to me no got enough from Tom amongst them go selective.
Yeah. Ye chu be your mama.
Say all about me aside ye chua on beba.
Yeah.
When in the side there, ye chua on your day. No money wasem. Said that you move a campaign, actually, a mobile be to Catashe. Now, ye chew more Catashe, the pro, and the cankai, a bomb one more demonstration. A very Ghana for them. Afamo, serious. A Sicana warm, and I agree with a Yoko Street in this war. I dear back one for the board of Mamma and administration. so bo any say omuntumi prosecute akonfo a mobile munya investigation bia MPP for na ewo mu ni bia omo no ehun say ye wi oman na so information dia brem. How can the Attorney General convince me say yes one abeka kire say 548 national service eko every day bia ye hu say bi beka ho ti be say wo de gadinka wo court eba na wo amend rate no wo de eba no
na amend
but no mo court enso no me no ka say give to worry wakwa kwaji position kra ogiefi hana me boa Mustafa Yusuf or dash left right center or no crowd there beyond the national service no okay all African games sika put your branch here no so Ghana
no adokono ne emu
enti yae on what basis na nkofo gunsa won
bone
esan say woni kamafo wonye politician do no de offer 1000 cedis offer branch ne yi no yakochina tum what you want we are no e what chance on you enjoy what sort of animal farm are we country are we building 4 legs bad 2 legs good need I know why and unti I don't blame them as I say start or more abano as so so I know what ehunu aban we omo kasa bia bo omo so kasa tantan fun sa ma emre ye ninka so power is transient yenso eba I don't quite was so much chom gu no dia wo kasa no ko hwe nkratem na ho bon a menka so obi nya boni akoche no ba wo bu dia wa ye boni etara omo da omo ko demonstration me hwa akromfo pa esa kasa ye nsuro ye hunahuna na me hwe di na me say the crow is say the leadership bona let the state be weak and all of us will be weak police no no mu hunahuna omo esa say omo pese omo ye ne sa na omo di twa afi omo di twa afi na next year book ever no ma start na mo say akromfo ade na mo anche because that time no aban pressure obeba aban no so that time na ne ba be hemu mo nsemu ye bu policies say the nyuma ba kwan ye we ni a ti ye ne be tani hit no so no mo so abe ke ho ne tani hit mo so ure fi omo die that time ka so kochi obi be ka so ho kire won tina ye dey o kochi no whoever is advising this attorney general the all jinamu bia no he is doing himself this country and his very own party the greatest disservice omo mo esan say buffer stock pa wo hwe pudu a kofo ya be ka kire say na do tamale a obi abe cho hana ne dan young man no more brother ko he tamale wo de boya mo fam camera no ko wo si abronsa no kwa na BMW series no de mamienu kokko akokko eye open secret in tamale o jaje Mustafa Hamid oba MBA afena kala na toso most 280 million and Matisa branch be called the Chief Justice ye ni free mami say you prosecute yes say the bem 337,000 into more million some to it what to me I say asase now one what to me are you bold and now the muse poyando one no ya chi wunti mo te kromu na wo ka de ope ana ehunu ana esu na galamse ti ya chi wunti mi ena no akogina nsu a ayefi ho se wo san so bo you see some go fu enti na so after wo mo adi bone no so tiase muja wo mo galamse yes ebe say yi operation your friends Vanguard spend sika bebra ye hu hwe no ene omo ne nam kwanya ko waterworks ba wonim say your sense asenso a ehun susuaso ne dana na ehunu nsuo no the effect of your actions in the last 8 years no and the cause wa manifest as we jano hwe Professor Frema what report edi be no wa mo ye boko akuba ko ne ye bo ye friend say botozwa ye bo Charles Bisu ne ye bo ni tekotego ana no me boy was so we do say mo court that say young man wo kura no de me ma wo side o just here ye bo obi look Professor Frema but be two chama no pay say ono no wa ban mu no tumi ahwe ne mampani anim e mind you no le transfer or report no or to one chief of staff Frema Opare instruction no say one for the report mra and try the report beautiful say na omo mpe no kro no prof the officer or kan no kre catch say John we know the greatest danger to our forest o kan we nyina o de kwa na AkufoAddo ade AkufoAddo ye Alistair Matthias so one ne connection e good free every month we are no ship $40 to $60 million worth gold to no connection man a worship gold obere no akoche wo mo ye connect gold no he AkufoAddo the gold mining company way enye galamsey yes ya no you won't be ya no de to the extent say wo to be the forest okromu anya in 2018 e ma se nkotuma gudie omoji sa forest ne ma ye no na sa time ye ni NLA 2462 because NLA 2462 no about 2022 omo so dia ma omo nkofo se no ana om de NLA ne ba se ne be legalize sa nyamra se ni pobone se bia wo ya ye nyini nyina ye bonsuo kura tra na ye me research bibi se ye just to say wo offend ni nsuo no modi AkufoAddo papa pani a ke ye hwewo a ye nya ye nkura nse no wodi kwaye no ama se ye nse no na ye yare a wo so ye mfa nkɔ hye wan what's your information against cabinet member? And the Sankofo nyina ya we say e wo sank ye chichi wo mu nyina gum ana omo ba omo za mo chichi tie san ye demonstration kwa nye fa hu and share police service because omo elements of police service them omo information say munye say and be dem e be boa now essence omo ni nipa ne tidie na no mbe ye omo call circle omo ko catch trotro drivers mate for no and the kaya phone say mate for you catch them say mono e hye na mo hye ntampe no ye pese ye boam ni legalize and the call that boys no
yeah
no mo ko je ntampe bottle be 30 no mo de ma boys bo who say boys no pili lo mu nyina hye wo mo hye sa na girls no so de e kai for catch them say be pe bia matena timuni akire ko emiti ana mo de nkofo yi edu ana mo pe MPP kales ma wo ana mo di achi no mo hye. Either than that, a dear pa, MPP has more than 200,000 core supporters.
Yeah.
My register say, omu delegates. E mo do say ni acho mu judge police hu no. Do say, Ghana for the club bu afu aban na oteso. They have no business. But you see, a party here, and now your mama be catch us omuniska. So to come on catch us omuniska. And you know, aspirants there kwa presidential, you know, be 4.6 million. Then omuniska the organizers a demonstration. Party need here no, but individuals there ba bem omu say tam. Yeah, to me call me fear DVL. Akwaya we free no ba kotam sika boto pounds dollars. Ni anya penny wo kromwa no patch us mo for the sika but say enkokrafo ni nyina efo abone so. On dey say former DVL boss no o ma koso sika o dey boboba. Omo na dia ya cross sika ni banking sector. And pass here. She political a be so I underground basis ana ehihye tie bi kura ma ye dia yadwuma ade na ye currency there has to be currency data e be flow manka e bia so wo mu de omoyi currency na firim ona mo de akoso mo pass no mo nko aye de ana ye nya mo hwe na te se de obi aka no ade ba ko ade NDC ba ban mu no ye ketase de pro de galamsey eno anso na de o mebetu o ze AkufoAddo ba ban mu no wo de galamsey ene bai alright dey behind the media coalition they fighting galamsey in 2016 ano kodi eche so ba obeko eno na gidigidi e ma Ghana for kodi eche dem e ma ne buy 2017 oba no share adanko dadadwe obe set up sa the committee say or ban the presidency here there to so send nya na ya za enti di omo ye ne de e ya ban yi na ama na ho kwan ana wo more expect say obe prosecute we say AkufoAddo call bantema no say goye kra because oye we say ban now say ke investigate no even on the matter of the National Cathedral say what to me start say what share David Ajay Abraham there was no your friends official contract between Ghana by any David Ajay no munko National Procurement Authority enko J your friends approval na papa ya start twareka to ono o ya we se by now ka ya hall but sorry na mo jeje so say function bi o ko ana chenchen na say the one that so president ewura de be dadwe no kura so be o mampani okrubada etu meshima kuma pass if this our president behavior then o might not say get that autopilot na dia pa No, would you cardia autopilot near who's your sorry, any manager because what is your near manager?
Yeah.
I didn't near manager. Yeah. What sorry, I won't become grandchildren beer. And was when you are dear about fellow Ghanaians watching no cabrofu, no could baby. And I buy it to sweet. It is not in our interest here, but can say 8 years and after 4 years, me party be you a free society be kusango void. Yeah. I was able to take it, her national service a scholarship secretariat. Have 1 year, you most about the NLA.
Yeah, quite daily.
Hey, move from a couple. Yeah, no more so smart. I'm a catcher, you're mad that you say, yeah,
bombra. All right. Okay, messages in the baby pana. Monya botre emame mensa so say anyane hands are tied. The Attorney General who benefits from pickup can't do foco. Mahama is really disappointing Ghanaians. Please, he should rather reshuffle him as soon as possible. Elton have or say guys, please, with all due respect, Mr. Wa eno dia me to aso enye. Phil Kesel was now per the plea bargaining law that is being entreated. We can all loot from the state coffers, and then when we are caught, we pay parts and walk free. I say Ghana is a joke. Or no, so the message is not also Kwasi Black or say solo akwaba na or say wajo solo wajo so agbesi or say NPP can never campaign on corruption again. Okay, and Kwasi Black I say the two wise men are in. Yeah, Shemo stay beam. All right, Ivan. NLA. Nyame ayado ma NLA yeseti ye ne de mra ma wo mo mra no e guide adwuma wo se wo mo eye na wo mo art na wo de ye adwuma no yesi maybe session 2 no oka session 2 anu asa ka sub session 3 aha mra no de ka wo ho ene say omo wo sika bi say sika no wo so omo hye no omo de kwaboa omo ye omo mental problem tie bia psychiatric hospital ni ade and at the aged tie bia sika nko metimi dia ma lip ana bia metimi aboaboa nkokora ne mrewa no na if orphanage homes ni nyina they were specific and omo boss na say sika no omo che ye na say chief of staff office ono onya 350,000 and they say Attorney General so organize a press conference and seminars 570,000 5.7 billion and Gabi Ochida kunya mu 250 asamoja nya bi kwakwanyi do ho nya bi D Black nya bi wan po bi Richard Ahiagba ono so enya bi omo nya bi do so and a presidential diary eno so ye bi ko print ye di abalo no.
Yeah, I think that you see it's quite uncomfortable say on daily basis you better ha na you can't chrono a man for boy. I'm sure some more muti no they are tired. They are sick and tired because at this point the more party the action our government has sprung in motion to arrest these criminals omu yusu nyansa kwan and am catch us in the pan of chrono no say ko munim nyansa kra de anka problem obi a onim nyansa na osan wi awo and that is the problem. You see now no ye di nkroma day ye nyina ye celebrate ye kan nkroma sem but now no na me kan ba bi say Opare the most consequential president in the history of this country Kwame Nkrumah Opare president and the team ye den you know Rollins and come anywhere close and Opare say what ase akofa Kwame Nkrumah books na kan wo the choice of words the tone na said na ositiye he is the only president to ultimately had a political opponent and him children go to prison Jebi dan kwanye prison owu ye at the prison no chole tebra na pa Kwame Nkrumah cha wamfi no o mane damu ye because at the time the political environment was so hostile say he is the only president I yesuma bomb corner so almost about 4 times so the people he was dealing with proves they had criminal tendencies. You cannot be a sheep and walk through a wolf pack and survive. For you to survive, you need to also behave like a wolf.
Yeah.
Nipa na wacho mo asia behaving say so you cannot be president and leader and be working so me pass sa Nelson there no be no pass say nipa no so you criminal tell him say you are a double criminal also a dangerous actually say una wo to me also no we are double dangerous. And that is how you need to behave in this environment here. You only be moderate, considerate, very way when you are dealing with intelligent group of people or more very reasonable. We can reason. But when some people are jump over Ghanaians and they think that Omoro can use any nefarious tactics just to get their way. You need to tell them that you can employ same, and that is exactly the playbook Kwame Nkrumah used at the time. That is why he was able to jail his political opponent without recourse to law anything, because he realized the course of action also developing. These people will derail.
Yeah.
So he had to imprison them because Blackstar House.
Yeah.
Omo de kokwa ame Nkrumah be sia bobo group na omo de bomb akọ na to na omo mo bon twene nyina waku omu nyina Kwame Nkrumah survive on 3 occasions. And the time no demanded say the president at the time has to be also hostile and very aggressive. Yeah. And that is a leadership. That is what make us a leadership wa hu. Yen trombu abo bi so akokan na waba behave sa. Leadership is an art. You look at the prevailing circumstances, you adjust, and you also position yourself. System na flow just to maintain a certain equilibrium, and that is what we need to behave. We've got into an era. There has been cases of corruption, stealing, financial malfeasances, misapplication of fund, raw stealing. Because this NLA, one area generates a lot of money. But that money no pay the actor actually say sasika no some faso no ba you make sure say specific individuals say obi oyo hia ni obi a de obedi onya kaya ye ni a wa akraketo akrase na chi a osomboto nam kumase or the twa kwan be 1 kilometer na yaman 5 cedi. These are the vulnerable people that this money should be targeting na yemfa mo omo say dan bi kura na say anything trade bi kura na be kiro mo yemfa nkire omo Kwabranet na ho ene nipa na odi sanse muro we ni no at parliament na we MP. Yes. Kroma oti media form wo you know your monam for because he was sorting everybody. Young man na obese onya adwuma no wanya sika free. He was just paying media people to be on them bia honorable across the political divide obi aso no so. Because the money na onya no sanse muro we no mo didi. Agencies in asefo already no money anywhere close to the mandate as stipulated in law. They were the very people who was doling our money to. And this money, who he was not even auditing them to know. So,
yeah.
Because this is a guy who has been doing charity. Yeah. And I will not be surprised. Yes. Because I'm 50,000 Ghana cedi. This is a gentleman on what to the bottom Sikakusi Stadium. Your friend saying, Ama Accra Academy. On 50,000, you know. Overcome grand no crap. So imagine them. Obia Yabo Dimbia, no brother, you are not. Yeah. It could happen there. Sansika come come. And some other individuals are connected to power. These are individuals are within the stipulation of the law. No, they are not supposed to even get 1 cedi, but they were giving this money to them. Be black or not, born in Sika or the Sasika way. So the question is, what is the motivation? Was it some kind of an influencing people to come to a? It's mind-boggling. You can never use any proper words to explain what has happened. The whole thing is an act of financial misapplication. And I'm telling you, this is a man for jail for willfully causing financial loss to the state. These people have foolishly caused financial loss to the state, and they must be prosecuted. And that is the only explanation. So, Nina Koba, if we read the Attorney General, I think that the Attorney General department is too limited. Because 2 people cannot be dealing, even though he has workers in Nasifo. I think that we need to decentralize the Attorney General office. Every region should have a bigger officer, staffing with people or more enough insight into law. At every region, I think that the prosecution must start and should be spontaneous. The investigation must be going on at the same time at the regional level. So the Ghana for we see the seriousness, because these crimes, I say no anger no any MPP should be able. And any corruption be able uncover. in the MPP government, you know, Akufo is not going to the MPP government. The question is, what are you doing? And for state as a private entity is doing his job by unearthing some of these things. It is up to you as an AG to also act. Because some of these things, you know, and yeah, for state can't order back.
Yeah.
Because the state machinery, you have the resources.
Exactly
the state should be the one leading this particular thing. And the fourth state and farmer. But over the years, you know, we have been reactionary. This old private person could transfer an investigation. But and some state now, we are seeking in action and some about acting. Abasa, you are advertising incompetence, and answer the willingness is not on your part. The state should be the lead crusader, leading charge on netting some of these criminal dealings. I also because crime are there. You don't cover it and say oh yeah investigation. No, a public interest case. Whatever happens, inform the people. Let them know say this person on this day did this. And near man I question a contravene establish rules of engagement. Yeah, there be a metana catch say in governance wahum. And as in a state, there are certain things you cannot do, and there are two. You cannot show weakness, you cannot show mercy. We a state, now the Sandema way nama, that state is done. Because people will hide behind your mercy card and the fact say, oh, you pity and forgive us, you know, and they will be doing nasty stuff because human beings in our core way, we are very dangerous. Whenever you are in your room alone, the things you do will tell you who you are, not what you get out to do. So we are all dangerous. And always, you know, there must be and she say that how I man say, the consequences that await you anyway. Yeah. Now, man for the man sababo man sikam, other jurisdiction like Asia side where adio be person obey on a life in the ordinance sababo man sikam. Because ebegu animase, agu family animase, and your entire generation, you know, you will never come anywhere close to power. But these dangerous criminals are still hovering, telling people say, and power never sign back. They don't care about the atrocity that they have committed. And the fact that they should go to jail. He says, power is transient. When you have committed these crimes and you should go to jail, because they know say system no are important. Yeah. Kasama media for kasa no kra mu binum kra ya brebe kakra wo hu ye TV su kra biem because it's better so kwa tena ba bia dwene ho. Because the system proved so important that these people will sit somewhere and laugh at you say and then with the TV su kra so bia dwene say come na do ntina wo kasa. Yeah. That is a sick mentality people have about this whole politics. So I think the state must be very radical, must be very serious in pursuing these criminals. Because we are sick and tired of hearing some of these cases on daily basis. You understand? Yeah. We need to take the fight to them and tell them, state is not willing to compromise. State ain't ready to let some of these things go. Any slightest will be because we are act of will be investigated. Now, you can't. Scholarship Secretariat. Abayo can say me or so nam. Or no one can engage in the same act of financial misappropriation. Your friend saying Krayana or more almost national service. And the crimes are often back for crimes. Ubetimia Boadu no Bonia or Munku do Krumano. Now politics, you know. Ya kwaje power we ne de be ye. Ya kwaje power say de be sum ni pada bia me ka say Kwame Nkrumah amanfo bo ni dey duru ni day amanfo twen celebrate no. Ne dan do say ne osi wo East Legon. I dined with saying, Nemakra no menya sure say your friend saying, or we are sika to a dime or but a net I bear for politicians in here. It is about money. Yeah. Obi Geneva because I'm a gentleman or you don't want in the family and in the cronies at home because to me, they just want to satisfy people around them. They don't care about who has wit, who has intelligence, who has what, who would think. No. Ghana politics, that particular space, then it is about me, my friends, and I. And I always keep telling people, so you must be a fool to think, your friends saying, power, no, you're the number for one. Because we are to me, every single brain under the country, is under your disposal to use. And to all limit to those who will be singing hallelujah choruses. Oh yes, Amasa. Oh yes, boss. And that's for no man. Our minor will never grow, and it's the reason why we are here. And the AkufoAddo amamu boy amamu phone nyina ya nipa no mo twa no huni nyina sia ya busuafo na namfofo hwan na ehwe onima ka no kra kire wo nobody. So we naked kwa the hotel so na ho ye fe wa ho fe we kra de bin sida na wo so no waje adi na fe wo de na wudi nsem hunu because enka na niba na ho so e bia nka na ma hunu we cause nketimi stop here. So the state cannot show weakness, cannot show say mean to me baby at any point in time people do some of these things and now Omar gets away with. So we will thank your friend saying for state for their investigation. The next step must come from the Attorney General, and I think say President Betia, the Attorney General office must be expanded. Now you making sure at the regional offices, we have offices there with staff. Documents, people can look at it at the same time or the various regions. So that prosecution is starting, it will stop everywhere. Because after 2 years, criminals will be jailer. This government will get dirty. And just mark my words, it will get dirty.
Avasolo.
Your woman said, my man shas you free. I said, so my penny mama, I'll point to be or NLA Sumebwa.
Yeah.
And then as information we ain't free in Wamba. Obeso we ayana. One more was to see.
That's a good question.
Or mono a dear pan or mokoye and send men or Metriabeca because for you not to expose it means won't soon ya. Because me a minimum your friend say list to work.
Aye.
I bet you buy your petition.
And I listen what you are kind of some
yes, you can't have the whole, you can't have the whole.
Yeah,
I mean, your case, how your communication director no defend it. I did, Miss Craft for me.
Yeah. That was too bad.
NLA now was a private man, I just can't go to Botumo. Abra at 722 at the buy, made the object and it's what you say about Sicamo Mano near the your money. And be a session 2 3 now working. And I see a young to Acradie. Lot to be now she kept a free man, you found Yanka. One more might be no cow or more any be a yafu and cocora. A dear boy, one here new. No be any here. Gabia Sarochako, new Kunia friend say. Africa Prosperity Network. Prosperity almost ready. Nyami be tuamo kama kuma nyuma. Wano na timi ohwe ye nim ka kire ye nse. Tesi awa bro Ghana politics on go wenya no. Wakote Africa Prosperity Network. Tese omo de ho na akokoji 250,000 Ghana. Enim guasie. As a moja out because on to go sit down $3 million. And 50,000. Somewhere there. Very, very important. Somewhere de me mom. The campaign is not less about 100. Me come just be come one acquire fake campaign. Yeah. I need who. The buttons amount is here. Say no you or 50,000. I got 50,000. Fuel. Oh. Such as this is because Penina no dia nim no oru AkufoAddo no ba no biem 3 for monkofa to obiem sa no ana ode sa my beautiful Rebecca so ka ho ono dia ne ye me yapa o na bi wo mu obebre wa koje se Rebecca Foundation oba boho ba kokro no atu to na mo de top ons Rebecca Foundation adia pa no mo di sikai aye yentia na was ye kam sika no mom Yaa Titi. Yes. Shedi edi musika ye. Enje AkufoAddo was right. Ye tisika so. Come de ye. Ye dia ye ni big kamafo. Abrantie yi ko ho. Oko lotteries wa pe Assemblies of God ni ogodi lotto so. Mo friend couple. Na am say asembesi. Wonya no ho tam asembesi. Omo yi no mo yi. Lottery ho sika ta ho no ye ka kire wa ebe fa otrim ono ankasa no eso abi ko e o se ne mpeso sata no nya mbio ya bi okwa no de akosi police station jese ni benya aduane ni ye nya aduane ni nya kro no ye bebo amia ko police station jo ye ngie and o di ko ye astroturf and on ma we so absu 97 okwa this ogas continue so agu ho omo chiche fire we no dey akọtena parliament demonstration ye say no ka ho no ka ho and also grant interview o si ehunu omo wa chesika no wa sega na sika asenya the nerve akwodi emu ade e di gina ekwan so say o ye demonstration maka say aban mu agencies near your mom with that no moon to be starting pinpoint or more US Kenya, nya esan say kono look mo chire de bia be ba catch apartments spring up and yellow bandits for some conform any India for de bia be shower me mam warning say mu kro mo skani ho mam ma ha e me create impression say mu ska mu nyina mu ba kro mu ni kapre na Ghana sabi yenya politicians adwene no form nti ni amamo nyam ho Chinese lady or Tony Mogro, one can't just over Grumano Capre. Ghana na Buana men or Tonto tracks near Ghana ni Ben Yabuana, sir.
Oh, dear, Crebeguno.
Yebeguno. Sa any pabonif we no much Canafa. Oh, said you must be chased, because you come here for 1 year, you know. He any be anyone new more among some on a crate and share. Inti we. Ye be kana attorney general ye be kan ma na ye try kasa ne edwin jaika because da ye ne be jaika sa da obi o tifi obi twa collapse na ni da so asa
and they no cry
I don't think ma ye ntumi nya ye to bia o widium ye ya pa but e wo so okọ because wasem a obi kan na ma obi nkranse kra say I can live and yes bebre na ewu obakomo they have given up on this country sike wo mu a e wo se de ehwe ye nyina ye so ye de boy nyina ho ban no enipa bi a ye ne ne from say politician ye so kra ye duebu oni veranda oso benya adwen kofo ye ye se de bia ye de ani koto omusu abrabo be pa no mabonti a ya odi we de tonso chief of staff ma me ma de nka yimhihie ho Rebecca Eji na chief of staff so je la kra de nka honye yikura na sa Godfred dami wodo so ade bia be ko be kra no give 570. Move on to move as far as me na me who figure no.
5.7 billion.
5.7.
Wo attorney general a wo hwe emra so de court na akọ. Wo di 5.7 say de okoye so de there for conference and seminars. Ewurade a. Godfred ame.
Aye.
Akwana no ye connection e wo do bi negotiate say ye go to obi dun no. Sikadie basa
akoye petition say
no but I say GL no I don't say ko say and sa judiciary ho no de chief justice fufure o kwa won clean mu answer over 1 year no say no be di 1 year pe what the clean yes we clean up exercise na ko fi wa ko di 5 me da se pa producer extraordinaire 570 choppable Ghana money and the microphone piano no wo seminar be na ye aton jinga seminar be no ye.
That's why budget allocation po.
Nti pudio sika ye de ma no. Sika ye de ma no.
Ya wa budget.
Na wasanso hwe nyame nim sika o se de ma ahiafo nyanka. Wo mo adwene mu ka mo ne yi wakoje. Esan se ye nye obi a na otie eyi ho no mo frɛ ne kapo a wo mo no ma. Oba hopa o de monka national lottery so e de pa na obeye ya e di bujo bre Ghana yi. Ye ka no kro ma. Ya so so nkofo so keke. So one society mu deka no so president di also super president hey won one upon group and just omu nyina ko ba obi by force say emu ago no dey na million so be party one na nui o ti bin kan to me say yi na di omu yo so be party di na party na be ku before January no Sadia na boy say mudi money be si e Kennedy ni go follow am so dia mass rap no so be onya abo ojo wonya better sa o ye be guru na obi we dia o so be we dia me na am si to bo ase omo ye he guru before January I'm telling you because and seven also be back abronya nka se dia se sa
yeah
adena mo dia mo mfra abronya no se onko disciplinary committee. And I said the National Council. Now, as some who be bakai, other yes, who political party, and that's what you're not, but a man say, Obi Kotina, baby, Nipa Bakumidu, Kani Basses and National Executive Committee, a wound to me, Bugamuya, Namako Council, Bako take a decision for, not me to one, maybe Baba implemented. I brought the National Executive Committee home. Na boso usubempa wo kaseti ya se galamsi asema abokan there is something called Professor Frema water reporter e kire se yeni na ni yeye e be de de sakwa ko gina kwanya ko water works akwa ko gina nso waka se ahono enti munya sa na mo hwe se mo betekere mo party yi se de be ya Ghana fo be hu se munya ne ho a wo se wo de ko na disciplinary committee anyway se be bi ani mo adiego enti for tested the ni be die na memfa emma NLA any petition be ko en say mono by next week na say one respond to that petition na ye nemo budget when you ya fi bi one cry about say so or MP or be so ko to so hin nti who dey member ho
oh sir
yeah ma so be so hin me ma advance notice ya so be so ko to so hin what
salam
what one information bi ama ana wo di post ti 4 days ta fa ma yete ho Chena Rebecca waji pudio yen kan kaka ni kura asemu a na no wo se ya kaka your friend is a minister for lands and natural ni ono ni bu afu oba hima se di bu afu abra wo oba hima you could call the arrest of Bobiansa. I don't know audio is Amira na me beti Bobiansa
on
studio
na yakofana
Bobiansa ni o man sika hwa se de hihye moto ye shia omo a ya bre ya ho ase ni ago your excellency her excellency putu munya mo mawia mo.
All right, ma yafa Chief Justice here do.
Now I'm ready, sir. 2 minutes there. We better not get Chief Justice, sir.
5 minutes.
Ah, okay. Oh, yes, so.
Me too, so 5 minutes.
I see.
I innocent here,
Chief Justice.
Aye.
New wine.
New one.
Old wine.
Justice powerful.
Old wine, sir, and private legal practitioner being so at the court.
Aye, Matisa.
What petition you? Sika for chrono, no. Yeah, you prosecute, no. And I think however, whichever way you see it, it is within the person's right. So I say no, be a fighter for the right. So on the cover by, and to be also fighter for the right. So I think that free some malfeasances are also not constitutional committee to legitimize it, a place value on it. Say indeed, sign them an occasion here, and I bear grounds for her removal. You see, very often I am mistake among for and say crime, you know, you check gravity.
Yeah.
Yaa Titi me fase kan na metwa wuti na solo fase kan no twetwa nipa be 70 a yeah crime the same thing.
The same.
The gravity no doesn't change anything because if the minimum sentence a capital sentence you be ku nyina once yentimi nku 2 meku 2 what I say so the nipa no wia no wia one city kura na sika. We see crime no you check the moral integrity not the amount you took, the moral integrity and a crime na wa commit no kwan for so impugn the state and the kwan for so e pese de mraya aduma. So it is never about how much but how you did it and why you did it. That is the baseline. So the amount man say obi say the threshold was weak. Constitution if I no much threshold and a constitutional framework no munim nyansa. They could have written a threshold say crime and say through this level but that crime has no threshold. You understand? So they should give us excuse. No we say nipa no mote form na do no nim nyansa. And the winter TV so make camera mo bom wa ankasa kra confuse do na kra mara no mo comment ase confuse who ad no the day no na ye fancy akeka nsem na bom and it is within obi right at no the day so the court na hwehwem na say onibem crime no threshold ni low and you onko fia ye nyina obi ani ho kwan na obi abaye and the new ye fancy age na aba na maka say
Chief Justice
yes our short period to stay. Because I think he's close to the retirement age. Yes. So I think on the job should be a house cleaning exercise. Yeah, because my culture say open institution back or losing the credibility the judiciary. In the eyes of Ghanaians, and that institution has become so dirty to the extent Ghana nim person better anything about the judiciary. So I have the responsibility to set the ground rules and now on resetting the judiciary. There are a lot of things that has to be done. One, Makasa on visiting a rural court no oko enkurase a magistrate court no niam ekoso ho no time because I'm so be any court there be Supreme Court, High Court ntino people are there din semhunu je nkokoje sikane na sefo e de bu attention especially this chieftaincy issues e wonkurase nsase amanfo de je na nya de ketwa. We need to go there because justice must belong to the people at the grassroots. Accra hadoro say na wa saying and the whole is omo na niko na appointment na sefo no mugu so mo ye yensa se clean ho ansa na yemfamra top na ye medru a pointer the judiciary the executive can do whatever the legislature can be but the executive no the judiciary no the fidelity should be unwavering, should be absolute, and should be unbiased, very independent, neutral, and must espouse confidence, integrity at the highest level. enti ye bo na say asem ne ye court then afana for obia wa rehemu say this is a competent court of judicature ye kwa minim say asem ye bedia diniye na enye say obi akwaje aponche ana obi political party nie ana chief justice behwe ba bi asem no corner e favor abanya na wa shada asset date ade na ye say ye stop no omu ye wi ansa na the date aba. You don't do that anywhere. We see Ghana yesunya mrana kodu ba bia na ye nim nyansa biem. Yeah, the whole essence of law is to hold society together, to fasten our integration, our cohesion. Yam kwa yesunya mra from a jet nyewo TV so. Bakroma, yes, radio lawyers. Kroma, obetis obia ko law school. TV sin de kwatra kwaje nkwase chinje no no. We de kwa na lawyers be obia kosua. So lo say we haneda we say so. We are even betraying what we learned. Yeah. So the people are embarrassing themselves on TV. The whole essence of law is to fasten society, hold our integration, make sure that society does not break. Your social fabric will be weaved together. And sabi to me as a survivor, because you take solace from the fact that in the olden days, you are not married. Obi a comedy obi no bold we could see or you know more chow tis sound will be another maranchino because not a civilization you know. Yanko Ponte so you know he never intervened. Oh yes. When people were being killed, God doesn't intervene in human affairs like that. Now, Adolfetra San and Korala and Rodo Mukosa chamber no couldn't he have intervened? He didn't. You understand? So it means or the penny will be a mine. Yes, Yedia Jenny and Yansa, them running share to her. Nipaya, there you punish the person that you're right, Roban Abaso, young farm running share, and Nipamujidi, not institutions, and as for Shasi and Yerduma. Na sahani ya mwana bema nipa obia atias yourself must submit a right to the state because you see we are very dangerous individuals so na no na meka obi say oh I made me nim nipa kuni na se for me say we just serious we are say obia a potential killer ya ukofie sesia na obia bawura dem na wani tua watwa obati watwa weti ogira wugina nachi or the second be wo kunu a na say ade da ho ade na abaye be bouti mama be ndi o ya training so we killer but say wetin me kunipa exactly that is how dangerous we are as human beings but a reason nema na we mu no we must always calm it and trust and confidence in state institution and mo bia crawl back say me ogidie o state no say the state will do but e ba sa na ya ka say obi anya de opa yanka say for 1 week emra nya adwuma okroma e ba ya onwa so kwana so fu gina bank sika from bank. Oh yeah. So the only thing I hold you back, I am morality. No, I don't know. I want a limit. Depending on the other, and I make a super so who say morals woman. Whenever you are alone in your room, the things you do, that is the level of your morality. What I said. So I think say we and negotiable. And your party politics, the chief justice cannot fail in this regard. There's all you be, and I can also sense that within the judicial bench there seem to be some some fractured relationship because they talk on the teacher say even those on the bench they don't even gel that much. What I say. He has to make sure say obey sa man obe prune the judiciary from within and sana Ghana for who say at this point enye unanimous 11 biem enye we biem because every single poll be about cause of social media bia go and look at the comment among for trouble by the judiciary throughout the state and we cannot lose that institution and we a lawyer we you should be worried and the Ghana Bar Association in integrity biem and that man who say honorable Dafiama Kwatam the court said that monopoly no more enjoy should be broken. Now you're making sure that other lawyers association will also be recognized. The freedom of association. Exactly. Because this is a private entity. And over the years, Nanko Bia and Kasa Aba but the obvious political biases an institution that is supposed to be the moral compass regulating the legal fraternity in this country, some kind of a terror arm of a particular government. You used to hide it behind laws and your friends saying on witty constitutional provision, your friends saying construction and phrases. Now you can somewhere lawyers. I know that you know that this person is biased. Some can answer be him, but or hide it behind Ghana Bar Association. And then lawyers no say we cannot trust this entity anymore. And we want to break away and form our own association. Nedru baby say you consult Ghana Bar Association. It should not be that Ghana Bar Association, but all lawyers must be included. And that is what this particular suit is about. So we see the legal fraternity in the judiciary there in recent times there. AkufoAddo ejadam because of the because when he started staffing them with people who are loyal to the MPP, I also saw some for the same day. You know, sir, we were heading towards danger. But people thought that we were doing politics. People didn't take it serious. Here we are today. People within the institution who say, so I think, sir, the Chief Justice will have to spend his time and making sure say all the difference on iron out. Now making sure say the integrity will once again return to the institution. Sabia Ghana for being hope and trust
Papa Solo fire point.
Ivan the way and say case na da Frema for the court no. Ebeye me wan wa say court no be ka say omo enima da Frema po.
Okay.
It's say na you not Ghana National Association of Teachers.
Yeah.
Anna omudi say mo say chiro political too. Depending on who was paying high, no why you bidding. And in Tiama, it could be free from Nagrat.
Yeah. Yes.
National Association of Graduate Teachers.
Yeah.
We must buy a chain, nobody be your connection. Anna,
CCT so bad.
Concern for you concern the baby over. 18 Article 21 got the Freedom Association. I'll be very surprised. Ghana Bar Association.
Yeah, association.
AkufoAddo.
Yeah.
To almost yeah. Essence moon no cremam. Kuna Godane, I said Nasara and I said Tescon of the MPP. Assembly a car. Removal of this Chief Justice. A bar for no my second comedy no crebe. You know, Secretary Becca, so when I'm a year, I will call about the court in some see I'll buy also and yet constitutional. I know when you're para chicks be almost more commonwealth and say, Munoyeti Gruma. I'm saying, yeah, could almost go. Sa common one lawyer says, Huruna, we are almost saying. Ain't Sassam no a year. My memo a buff bonnet, just as Bob Bonnie about to say, a man in three was yet to me a bonny. Obia, we are no quaffle. I will dig Ghana, a judiciary, a church. Maybe taco court pa. What you are munyabo telling among kind of judgment. We say, or a fair minded person. In fact, the problem with this NPP you jump fan so because AkufoAddo appointed in 2008. And they said in the election petition of 2012, the ruling no unsided with NPP. A one of fan what AkufoAddo was so petty.
Very vindictive.
You fan in Trimuka. Obi all ye na dwuma no. And my idea one kind of Tino was here jumping in Kumani a fan so. Because the everyone was away in your heart attack. Because oh yeah, Juma. Under judiciary, so there are 3 grounds into the justice free. Either misbehavior, incompetence, or infirmity. Obianka saw a misbehavior. Obianka saw incompetent. Obianka said, hold on, no. In the one basis, only jumping the juniors ahead of him.
Yeah.
Me feel say unfortunate. Justice Bafu Boni and Yashi fee bako ubetumi dia yen sakra bebre legacy Jabibi.
Yeah.
Magana fu hu say Paul Amantem kwa de odi sa so de Paul. Odi ese di kafo. Onye ne sa maye na judiciary ndi eye kun. Judge bi say am competition me yi no on kwa de me hu de nti oda so bench o. Krono vitei wodi abede beko obetemenka enti na eye look assembly si wo UK in 1812 no more prime minister be a friend of Spencer Percival Spencer na UK omo mfa nkofo zero Abraham ma papa be a friend John Bellingham ono no ko any business with Russia and ye chi ni two no UK government ankwa nkoboa no ano de demu ano ba back no ano si wa ban ne say me ya British national minya amane e wo Russia no obie ni ho a oba ba o si petition wo tron krata do sa de bia no o tro kwa one day ana one of the secretaries in office o ka so the person we bia no ya bro to no fa ne say also the person me bia menya dia and as between ko prime minister na we the leader of the country and a top pistol and the cotton Westminster and Spencer Percival every muko di juma okwa ye okwa answer questions Oceana na pew obo no so anko we bia o ana John Bellingham otena ho moncheme cheno catcher say yes enya no ho time but say wanye na juma so obe safeguard the interest of or no as a citizen otua ne to since then na UK omoye say yemfa nipa asemu ni agro asem kitu bia you follow it you be respond maya ntwan se bibi be si o man mu ansana yeah what is right several things have happened ye nyina so ye mabunu ne da chi ne ye se no obu nyina he
won't mean kokoto ne boden
oh na ne boden de mami je adi akwa akotwa ne mo ne re ne kuru ne se o moto no sika pudu o mo se de o mo pe na o mo ye na ye nya so fa ya ayi akufu no no so e support ono se me se me kwa ko petition me yi na free council of state esan se wa kire ye se wontumi nye sha adwuma no ekuro mu ahon ye mango fo be respect but they don't deserve it no one that see develop you we mo na dey so the mindset is so corrupt, is so not right for nation development.
Primitive.
What you say? Moi, intama nkwada opili they are telling say red in to me nom and sad to me you no weed. Are you not ashamed? Almost one person best and your man go to our embassies and pay me by American. Everybody is running away.
Now US embassy kwada area ho ya company for gira akonya ko
no bicho no bomba
they don't even respect say be mo akonya
now yeah what respect who ya ne ye dwane akomu krom ho
me duru ho na me bua fu
Odi ako hate kra hate go for kra pe wako obi am person betena kruma na you mpanifo we see this yes you claim say person develop nipa be na be develop man no the youthful population are living yanye di afemu die mo edi matwatwam adwuma no mo nwene o man no interest of the state mo nye ho adwuma na o man no ntumi nkọ nanim